Top rope squishy.
Oh shit, we live. Yeah. It happened quicker than I thought it would. All right, here we go. Hello, everybody. It is me, your girl, Maddie from Top Rope Squishy. And I don't got to talk about myself because you already know who I am. But I am so happy about my guest today. If y'all don't know who he is, I talk about him pretty frequently on my show. I always mention we love wrestling. I'm very happy to have him here. It's been quite a while since I've had you on my show, Trey. So all your links are in the description, but I always like people to shout themselves out, what you got coming up. If you have any like interviews that you are gonna have on your YouTube coming out or anything like that, what you've done lately. I know you all over the indie scene all the time. So let people know who you are.
We love wrestling. If I love wrestling, you love wrestling. We love wrestling. Hashtag we love wrestling on all social media will come up. Interviews coming up. I mean, we got some things, if you go on the Instagram, I've been putting in a story, old interviews, because we've been doing the BRP 50, Black Wrestling Podcast 50. Every week, we try to put out a woman in wrestling. This week was Olivia Devine. She's from the Carolinas. The Devine one, check that out. Got some stuff from River City Wrestling Con that I did. Some names, I just put up a Renegade Twins interview. Got a Ladies Martinez interview. Talked to Brian Danielson, Thunder Rosa, Sarah Stock, who's a trainer at AEW. A lot of stuff. So just look out on the YouTube. But we here on Top Rope Squishy.
So you can't say you can't find it, because if you type up "We Love Wrestling," it's gonna come up. So I just checked out the Renegade Twins interview earlier today. It's always hot. I always love hearing those girls talk. It's lovely to see how far they've gotten. It's beautiful. Another person that is growing is Sky Blue, which, I was lucky enough to join you on the beginnings of her journey, interviewing her. And we got to see Mama Blue too. It was great. I cherish those days because you get to see so many people that you followed when they were indies and nobody really knew who they were. Oh, look at that. Official Sky merch.
Let's go, Sky Blue.
Sky Blue. Yeah, she's doing her thing. I'm very happy for her. She's all grown up. She's all grown up. I was telling Tone, I'm like, oh my gosh, she's a full adult. Like
23. It's a lot of internet chatter going on. I ain't getting into none of that.
No, we ain't getting into any of that. We don't got to.
Blue is my people, you know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm gonna say. Shout out to Blue, what she doing. I like it.
Absolutely.
Owen Hart, tournament winner. I'm sorry.
No, of course. And check out her Patreon because she does have one. So go support. Go support Sky Blue. I know, no, you ain't got to say nothing. I am saying it. She's grown and she is moving on up, and we are happy for her. But we got a lot to cover tonight. Starting with Dynamite, of course, but I really want to get into Collision because you were actually there for the debut. And I gotta say, Collision really got me this week. I know it's just the first show, but I enjoyed Dynamite yesterday too, but
it was the best Collision ever though, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I have to say that was the winning show of AEW this week. Collision. Everybody knows I'm not like a huge CM Punk fan. I'm not, but you cannot deny that having him back is actually really, really good for AEW.
So, I asked this because I was there and it was in Chicago. Does he get that same reaction outside of Chicago?
No.
So
I don't think so.
in the coming weeks, we gotta see. But they going to Canada, and I don't know, but we gonna see. But it was lit last Saturday. It was lit.
All I can say is I think we know that he's gonna get some booze. Here's his tone. CM Punk did work. I can't front, but still boo this man.
Damn.
He wants to make a shirt that says boo this man. Wear it to a show. I don't think I'll wear it because some Punk fans are diehard fans, and I ain't trying to go there.
Okay, so I like it for a silly reason. So I don't know if it came through on TV at Collision. When he was out there talking, it was like F the Elite, all that.
Yes, it did come through.
And then they booing on Dynamite last night when the Elite was in the backstage interview area. So I'm wondering when we get out of Chicago, does CM Punk now get that reaction? And do we get that back and forth where people are booing this guy, but they keeping them away from each other? And to some point, they have to.
Oh, they're gonna come. They're gonna come together.
They got
people who think that they're not coming together, they're getting worked. And usually I get worked really, really well. But no, I really do believe they're going. This is a work at this point. I don't know how far they've worked things out, but money is money and people want to see it. So they're gonna come back. They're gonna be in the ring together again against each other. It's gonna happen. When, I don't know, but it's gonna happen. But yeah, so Dynamite yesterday. So there were a couple of matches. I'm just gonna mention them real quick. What I want from you is your favorite moments or what stood out to you or what you want to talk about on Dynamite. So real quick, because we're gonna really break down Collision because you were there and I want to know everything. I loved Collision, by the way. I loved it. I really do. Tony calls it the Bad Boys Club, like where all the troublemakers go. But guess what? These troublemakers are amazing wrestlers. And I just really enjoyed seeing Andrade back, Miro. I love seeing Hobbs and Starks getting pushed. I'm just
that was a stacked card. I was like, my goodness, this is stacked. Like,
yes.
Okay, Dynamite. What we talking about from Dynamite?
So Dynamite started with Hardys versus the Guns. Guns won by cheating, of course, with the help of Juice and Jay White. They started beating on the Hardys afterwards. Ricky came out and got his ass handed to him as always, because he takes on everybody by himself. Look at your face. Of course, when FTR came out, I was like, oh shit, CM Punk's there. Because that was a big question. And CM Punk gonna show up at Dynamite. I'm thinking, they're still in Chicago. So I think absolutely. So when FTR came out, I was like, oh shit, CM Punk's coming out. And sure enough, he came out. The crowd went crazy. It didn't matter who was out there. All of a sudden, it was CM Punk world. And that just set us up for a 4-on-4 on Collision, which I kind of saw happening. As soon as he came out, I'm like, oh shit, we're getting a 8-man tag on Collision. And sure enough, looking forward to that. So that was how it opened. Did you get to see that match?
Yeah, I watched it. I watched all of Dynamite, you know what I'm saying? The Guns are former World Tag Team Champions.
Yes,
that's
they
crazy.
Are. That is crazy.
And then they got the win, from the cheating. So are they Bullet Club Gold? I mean, tune in next week and we'll see.
I don't know. How would you feel about that?
Bullet Club is dead to me.
Oh, shit.
So, I mean, all forms and factions. I mean, you got ABC 1, 2, 3 with Chris Bay and Ace Austin, and they like doing their thing at Impact, but Bullet Club Gold, no. The Bullet Club and NJPW, I don't even know what that is no more. So I'm totally done with them. So yeah, it's out of here.
Tone, you out of pocket.
Juice Robinson got hey man, Juice got issues, bro. He got issues. He's yelling. You know what I'm saying? He's acting like he's crazy and stuff. He got issues.
Yeah. I mean, I figured when Jay White came and then Juice Robinson, they were going to rehash a Bullet Club of some sort. It is what it is. I don't really care about, not about the whole Bullet Club thing. I do like Jay White as a wrestler. I do. If the Guns join Bullet Club Gold, or if they don't, I don't think it'll make a difference for me because it's not a faction that I'm like invested in. So
facts. I mean, just like, all right.
Yeah. And what I want to say about the Hardys is, I don't know if anybody else feels this way, but every time I see Jeff Hardy, I'm like, why does he look so tired? Like, it's only a minute into the match. He did 2 moves and he's struggling to get up off the floor. So I don't know what's going on there, but I mean, I love old school Hardys because if y'all used to watch, I know you did, of course, obviously WWE and all that. And they were like top. Like, I love the Hardy Boys, but they've aged and time has caught up with them. So
only thing I can say about it is each time those last 2 matches were the Hardy Boys, Excalibur tries to cover up when Jeff Hardy slips on the ropes. So shout out to that. He got ring rust, hasn't been in the ring in a while. So I mean, they covering up that way, but yeah, I don't want to say too much on the Hardy Boys because I like them, but maybe, I don't know.
I love the Hardy
Boys.
Because
every now and then they give you a match, you be like, oh, they still got it. But right now it's like, maybe y'all need a little time off.
That's
a little roster over there, so know.
Or maybe some more in-ring time, like out off the camera, so that you can get it back because he just came back and I don't know what he's doing on his off time. Because Matt Hardy's still going. But Jeff is the one that looks like he's struggling a little bit. But anyway,
got a video of Tony Khan saying AEW doesn't need a performance center. So I don't know. I hope they out there doing that practice. They got a ring at their house. Yeah, we saw the match at the Hardy compound.
Yeah, the Hardy compound is amazing. I'm like
those matches, they got them. But
yes.
Let's move on. So
yes, I for one love the Hardy compound matches. But anyway, Jeff Jarrett and Mark Briscoe, they had a concession stand brawl. It looks like Mark actually took on everybody by himself.
I mean, I was going to say, he was in with like a 5-on-1. I mean, until his pop showed up, but it's like, no, I know it's a concession stand brawl, so that means no rules, but they might as well just made it a 5-on-1 match because everybody getting their licks in. Like, what's going on?
Everybody. Jeff Jarrett's wife, Sanjay Dutt, Jay Lethal, who eventually did turn on him, and Satnam Singh, who I'm sorry, I'm not a fan. That brought out Christopher Daniels and the Lucha Bros to help. But yeah, Mark Briscoe did win. So that was a fun match.
You said Jay Lethal finally turned on him.
Yeah, because Mark Briscoe and Jay Lethal, they were like friends and whatnot, and that's why Mark was dealing with.
Oh, okay, that's what you mean. Okay, I was like, what you mean turn? Okay, yeah, you right.
Yeah, he helped. He helped Sanjay Dutt, fuck up Mark Briscoe last night, but it is what it is. We saw that coming, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Boo that Karen Jarrett. She has
Karen Jarrett out here getting a check again. Like how? Like
people can't stand. The majority of the people comments I see can't stand her. So I don't know.
So how? I guess they draw heat because I don't know.
Courtney's on her heel mode. Then we had Jericho. We had Jericho and Sammy Minoru Suzuki, and they went up against Dante Martin, AR Fox, and Action Andretti. This was a good match.
Good match, but shoot the cameraman.
Yes.
Like Jericho was about to spin around, and we was going to get Suzuki with the pose, and it's like you go to Sammy, bro.
Yeah,
I was like, bruh, come on, man, Suzuki, come on, man, you don't cut the camera from that. But other than that, that was a fire match, though.
Yes, I loved it. I really like that because when Darius was injured and Dante was the one doing everything, they gave him a lot of airtime, and now I'm seeing Darius a lot, and I like Darius's in-ring style more because I like flippy dippy stuff, but I don't like it to be everything you do. And Darius has like a well-rounded in-ring style. Like he could do it all. And I really am enjoying his comeback. So that was fun to see him do what he had to. I hate the fact that he's the one that got the lion tamer put on him, but AR Fox is amazing. And Action Andretti is pretty new, but he can go. Like, it was really a good match. And I love seeing Suzuki. I really do. So, the Murder Grandpa is always fun to watch. And he can take it. Like, he just takes shit and looks at you like, what was that supposed to be? I just really do. I enjoy him. This match was great. Jericho and Sammy and Suzuki, of course, won. But this led to what's happening in Collision, which is a 3-on-3. Well, it's actually happening. Is it happening in Collision or Forbidden Door?
It's at Forbidden Door.
It's at Forbidden Door. But they're mentioning, okay, so Sting and Darby are mentioning their third person at Collision.
Yeah. Rich,
so, I don't have a clue.
Announcements just make me mad now with AEW. I'm not going to spend too much time on that. But AR Fox, shout out to him, number 23. Darius Martin. If you want, because I want to give an indie shout out, look up his stuff. It's Airwolf in the indies. That was before, he was tagging with his brother. He's doing the same stuff that he's doing now in the area. But yeah, Darius Martin, somebody you should look out for. Action Andretti, I like what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? Are they official trios? Are they going to get some singles out here? We'll see. But Jericho and Sting, like, I don't think they've ever had a match against each other.
They never have.
So that's why it's like
it's a big deal.
It's interesting. Also, it's like, I know it's gonna be a 6-man, but I don't really remember no interaction between them two either at no point, even in WCW.
No, they've never been in the ring together in any capacity. So, and Sting is retiring at the end of this year. So I guess they figured if this is ever going to happen, it has to happen this year. And,
that
what you said?
That intrigues me.
Yeah. And Jericho likes to stir the pot. So he was basically, before this even happened, so this is how I knew it was coming, because I've seen him do this before. He'll be on social media saying, this is never going to happen. Don't even ask for it. This is never going to happen. You're never going to see me and Sting together in a ring. And I was like, oh shit, we're going to see Sting and Jericho in a ring. Because once he started saying that, you knew it was coming. And so I'm actually pretty excited to see this. And the fact that they made it a 6-man tag is really good because, I mean, Sting and Jericho are older. They can't hold, I don't think, a 30-minute match on their own. But you got younger guys, I mean it. I do. I mean it. And that doesn't mean that I don't like them.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just, I'm like, okay. I'm not, I'm here. I'm listening.
I'm just saying, you need the other people for the rest of the time. When Jericho and Sting get in the ring, they're going to be the last two to go in together. They're the last ones that are going to be tagged in. You know how it goes. So I'm looking forward to that.
The vibes.
Yeah, it's definitely going to happen. I think Adam Cole came out. Turns out that, they have this tag team eliminator thing going on. I'm not entirely sure where this is going to go, but they put MJF and Adam Cole together in a team. So that is so weird.
So RJ and Shivani backstage. You know, they pulling out the thing, tag team eliminator. In my head, I'm like, why? For what? What's going on here? I don't know. Shout out to AEW for doing. It kind of feels like what they doing is WCW back in the they had the Battle Bowl, so they would just pull names out, and those people would end up tagging with each other through a tournament, and then at the end of the tournament, unless they just gonna crown some tag team champions, the end of the tournament, people would go and face one on one whoever won the tournament. So I don't know. Maybe that's what's about to happen here. You know, Cole and MJF will win that tournament, but
Yeah.
why are we getting the tag team eliminator though? What is it for?
I have no idea. That's what I mean. Like, I don't know to what end why this is happening, but it's happening. I'm sure we're gonna get some pretty good matches, because even when you see like matches without storylines, which I know you're not really a fan of, you still get some good wrestling.
Oh, even though they don't have storylines, they still be cooking in that ring now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because on the indie things, you get like matches that two people you never saw come across each other. And they cook. So I see they AEW cooking right now. Wait till we get to Collision, but keep going.
Oh, I can't wait to get to Collision. Well, the next thing they did was announce the Owen Hart tournament bracket. So I'm gonna put this up on the screen. So this is the males tournament brackets. So basically, at Forbidden Door, we're gonna see CM Punk versus Satoshi Kojima. But at Collision, we're gonna get Dustin Rhodes and Powerhouse Hobbs. So Powerhouse is gonna win that. We're gonna get Juice Robinson versus Ricky Starks. Honestly, I want Ricky Starks to win, so it could be a Starks versus Hobbs. I don't know what you think.
I want Starks to win it, but I can see maybe some like BS happening, and them some type of way giving it to Juice, but I hope not.
Yeah, I hope not, because Powerhouse Hobbs and Ricky Starks got history, and it makes more sense, in my opinion, for Hobbs and Starks to be the two finals on that side. We already know Samoa Joe is going to be the one to win on the left-hand side. So
Samoa Joe CM, that Samoa Joe CM Punk match probably gonna rock.
Yes, everybody wants to see it.
Yeah.
Who do you think is taking the whole thing? Oh, look at that. It's gonna be Punk. I just have a feeling.
It's crazy because he's in the tournament, right? So it's like they probably gonna give it to him because he just came back and did that. But it would be such a cool thing if it went down to the finals and you got that Hobbs and Punk match, and then Hobbs got that victory back on Punk from that Dynamite.
That would be so good. And yes, I would love to see that.
Samoa Joe, and it leads to Hobbs maybe getting a Ring of Honor TV champion, because they out here playing with Hobbs TNT championship, and I don't know what's going on. But
well, we're gonna talk about the TNT championship, because that shit got me mad. Since Hobbs, I have not been satisfied.
But damn, also can't put it against Ricky Stark. I mean, because
yes, Mr. Absolute.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
I want to see the matches.
I knew with Punk that Hobbs and Starks were gonna get pushed, because he is a big fan of those two guys. So I'm very, that's one of the I can't really hate Punk, because he's pushing people I like. So, you know what I mean? Like, I never really had hate for, the problem is with Punk, when I stopped watching wrestling, this is when Punk really blew up, and I didn't get to witness that. So the people who saw him at his greatest when he was younger love him still today. But when I saw Punk for the first time, it was in AEW. So it's very different to see somebody.
See Punk when he was bucking the system over there in WWE and causing havoc and shit.
Yeah, I didn't get to see that.
Oh, okay.
I was out of, like, I stopped watching WWE, I'm gonna say about 2008. And I didn't, yeah.
So like before the Bullet Club mayhem started, I would say CM Punk was doing mayhem. So people that was with that, you know what I'm saying, they still rep hard. Chicago reps him hard. Like, it's CM Punk country. It's Sky Blue country too, but it's CM Punk country because you can do no wrong out there. I mean, I'm not
know.
from Chicago, so
I don't know, but I guess we're gonna have to wait and see how this goes. We all know Adam Cole, Bebe, and Britt Baker won it last year, so it has to be two new people. And here is the women's bracket. Yes. I'm seeing names up there that I'm very happy to see, like Willow Nightingale, Athena, Sky Blue, Billy Starks. Those are all amazing names.
Stark show.
Yeah.
So I'm taking Athena.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm gonna take Will. Ooh, yeah, I'm gonna take Willow.
Willow, yes. Nyla always loses.
Then I can't go against Sky Blue here, so I'm taking Sky Blue right there.
Oh, Sky Blue's winning.
And
it's in Chicago too.
Oh, so that match probably already happened. I hope I'm right.
Yeah.
And I'm taking
Breaker.
Oh shit.
Oh wait, because Ruby Soho didn't Ruby Soho take the pin against Sky Blue?
She did.
Yeah, so it's gonna be Soho versus Sky Blue.
Been chilling a little bit, so I've seen Britt with them shoulders on the mat, so I might take Ruby there.
Yeah.
And then what are they gonna pull the trigger on Sky Blue and Willow in the finals, or you gonna have Athena go? Because I mean, Athena could lose a match because she hasn't really lost a singles match since like November, damn near, or whenever she won that Ring of Honor championship. So she can lose a match in this tournament. Ooh,
yes,
they got one right here.
I think Willow versus Sky Blue is what we're gonna see, and it's gonna be really weird because they're like friends, so that is gonna be one to watch. I'm actually real excited about this. I love this bracket. Like, this was really cool. I was really impressed with them putting this together. You don't usually get to see, newcomers like Sky Blue, like Willow. And I say newcomers to the big screen because these girls were working the indies for years. But yeah, I'm really excited. And I know that Willow is the inaugural, and hey, Sky Blue merch. Hey, man, what's up, Kyle? So I know that Willow Nightingale became the inaugural NJPW Strong Champion. People were saying it was supposed to be, Mercedes Moné, but I actually love that she took it because it goes with her. That's a strong woman. She got a strong style. I love that she's the champion. And she might be the one to take it. She might be the one to take the Owen Hart, but they might want to put a belt on Sky Blue because they're really pushing her. So it's between one of those two. In my
opinion. A real belt though, like what goes with that belt? Because last year after they wanted that belt was like what?
They don't do nothing.
Oh,
okay. They don't do nothing with it. It's just like a trophy. It's a trophy, basically. It's a belt, but it should be a trophy, in my opinion, because they don't defend it. It's not a defended.
And I was there live to see versus Willow. You feel me?
You got to see that live?
Hey, you know what? I was out there in Cali, Killer Cal, doing the thing. It was a beautiful, beautiful thing. But I don't know. Like in this tournament, like Athena can take a loss since she hasn't taken a singles loss.
Right.
In the tournament, and it wouldn't affect her losing that championship. But you don't Billy Starks in the tournament. That's a wild card. Like
wild card.
Shout out to Billy Starks. If you don't know, Billy about to go crazy. Willow, you can't go against her though. Sky Blue, they going behind her also, but then Britt and Ruby. Britt is that what she call herself, a pillar.
Yes.
Where the killer at?
Where who?
Where the killer? Jamie Hayter.
Oh, she injured. Damn. She got tell me about it. That's why she dropped the belt to Toni Storm the way that she did. It was a quick little match where the Outcasts were kicking her ass all the way down the ramp. And by the time she got in the ring with Toni Storm, she was already, pretty injured from that. And then it was pretty easy for Toni Storm to beat her for the belt. She was just dropping it because she is injured. She got a shoulder injury. So, but that lady's strong. I mean, she had a match once with 2 broken elbows. So I love Jamie Hayter. I'm a big fan. I think she was an excellent champion because she was. I always gotta support women that can go. Like, I love strong style for women, and I love Athena. Athena be killing women.
Yo,
That's a strong woman. Love that shit. I am a big fan.
When this is over, if y'all got Ring of Honor, the club, go watch that street fight between Athena and Kiera Hogan. That's gonna come.
I haven't seen it yet. I heard it was fire. I can't wait. I gotta do my Ring of Honor catching up. But yes. Very good stuff in the Owen Hart tournament coming up. Then we had Katsuyori Shibata and Orange Cassidy take on Daniel Garcia and Zack Sabre Jr. Daniel Garcia, yeah, exactly. Exactly. Daniel Garcia, we having me dying with that. But they won, Garcia and Sabre Jr. And this was all leading to a 4-way for Orange Cassidy's All International Championship, which is a match happening at Forbidden Door. I am all for Orange Cassidy dropping the belt. I have to give it to him. He has been a workhorse. This guy has pretty much defended his belt every week. But I'm ready for a new champion. I don't know who. Not sure it's one of these guys. If they were going to give it to somebody, they would probably give it to Garcia because it's going to stay within AEW. That's what I think. But yeah, I really wanted Swerve to take it from Orange Cassidy when that was happening, and I did not appreciate what happened there. I was not happy with that at all. When he had his rematch after the Battle Royale with Orange Cassidy, I bet money that Swerve was going to be the new international champion, and they dropped that ball. I mean, but anyway, that's my take on that. The 4-way.
Orange Cassidy winning that match, though. You know what I'm saying?
What you said?
Shout out to Orange Cassidy winning that match, though, and what he been doing with that championship.
Of course.
I'm ready for him to lose it. I don't know who he should lose it to. Maybe Andrade or somebody over there, Miro. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Miro said he sick of all this. He need to be redeemed and get him a championship.
I'd love to see that.
We'll see.
I love to see that now that, Swerve's time has passed with the international championship. I mean, I swore, like I was telling Tone, I was like, "Ooh, we're gonna get a new champ. Swerve's finally gonna get that belt. I'm so happy." Kudos to Cassidy for carrying it this far and being a fighting champ, which not a lot of people do like that. But it is time. And it didn't happen. So yeah, I would be 100% down for Andrade or Miro to take it. 100%. I didn't even think about that. This brings us to the TBS Championship match, which I know you got some things to say. Because there's been some discussions on social.
What's been going on social media?
Well, what I read, and I didn't go too deep into it because people really know when I talk about Statlander, I'm a huge Statlander fan. And the reason why I'm such a big fan,
you know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Yes. Some people don't know it, but if y'all been watching my show weekly, y'all know why. The only reason why I got into AEW, the reason why I started watching it was a Statlander match. I was not interested in getting back into wrestling at all. My husband, my nephew, they were like, "You got to watch this new show. I know you're done with WWE, and I was like, "Nah, I'm good. I don't want to watch it." And I was passing by when my husband had it on TV, and it was a Statlander match. And I literally stopped in my tracks. I was like, "Who's that? And why the fuck do I know who she is?" And that was it. I was hooked. And I've liked Statlander since then. You know how they say people are marks. So I do. I mark out for Statlander, I swear. I loved Jade's run. some people don't agree with me, but I said Jade looked better every time she had a new match. Sure, her matches weren't very long, most of them, but she did go 60-0, and this was her first time in the ring. Like from the moment she got in the ring and won the champion, she had no losses. And I always said if someone can dethrone her and make it believable, it would be a Statlander. A lot of people didn't like the way it happened because she had already fought Taya, and they were like, "Oh, that's like cheating, like that was stupid, or whatever." But I was on the floor. I was very happy to see Statlander come back and win. And Jade ain't done. Jade is taking a vacation, and she's coming back as a face, guaranteed. I'm really excited to see her come back. But
Will people accept her as a face?
say, will people accept her as a face? Absolutely.
You think so?
Absolutely. She is a face. She is like she's naturally a
Now,
face.
look, we're not denying that she's a face. Come on, we see her every time she come out. She is that. You know what she say? But I'm just saying, are people gonna accept her? Because like when you in the AEW crowd or they talk about the AEW audience, they like to look at the wrestling work rate. So
Yes.
like, I mean, if she come back as a face, if she's working, I think everything good. But if she
Yeah.
come back and she's doing what she was doing as the champion and everything, even though she was a heel and stuff, it may take a little bit of time. But we gonna see, Jay. We waiting on you because you know we need that tall, we need that beautiful woman on TV. You
Yes.
know, we tune
I
in
love
for Jade.
Jade.
Mm-hmm.
Jade is, I always say I want to be Jade when I grow up. I mean, she, she's beautiful from head to toe, a successful woman who has said she does not need to wrestle. She doesn't. She is made. So she does this because she wants to. And I'm just happy we got to see the ride and got to see her pulling out new moves. Like every other match, she pulled out a new move. And I'm like, she never done that before. That's new. So she actually grew right before our eyes. I am excited. She was working with Brian Danielson, from what I read, and in training. Like she takes it really seriously. I'm really excited to see her come back, and I want her to come back and go for the AEW Women's Championship. Like I feel like they built her like a beast. Like she is, one to be trifled with, and I want to see her go for the big belt. Like I really do, and I think
Yeah,
that if they do it right, she can do it. So
I
that
think
is
she
my hope
should.
for
I think she
Jade.
should already had a brush up with them like a little bit, like on Twitter. I saw her and Sarai talk, but like the most I seen was maybe backstage. Her and Britt Baker may have had a like little run in when they was doing the interview or something, but it's time for her to rub up against those other names, and everybody know who them other names, them Tony Storms, them
Yeah.
Britt Bakers, and all
Yes.
them over there. Yeah,
I agree. I really do. I have high hopes for Jade. You can't bring her out the way that you did. Give her such a huge run for over 500 days. She was a champ. Ran through the rosters, like she just really was beating people like this. And I don't think you could do that and then drop the ball with her. So when she comes back, I'm really hoping the writers in the back have a good storyline for her, because sometimes AW be dropping them balls. So but anyway, they do. They be ball dropping.
yo, that was crazy.
It's the fucking truth. Okay. I love AEW, but like I said, I will also criticize it because I want the product to improve. The women's division has always been something that they can always work on, and they have dropped a lot of balls. So it's time to start picking them up off the floor and doing doing right. So I'm hoping they do a good job with Jade's return. She needs that break though. She needs that vacation. So anyway, and this ended with a convo with Eddie Kingston coming out regarding a 5-way against the BCC. Ishii is going to be the 5th member of that group. He had a face off with Moxley in the ring. And then Brian Danielson came out to face Okada. There was a stare down because that is what we're getting at Forbidden Door. I'm pretty excited about that. So what you got to say about that?
They was like in the ring together, right? They tried to make us think Okada wasn't there. So I was like, we're not going to even see it on TV like one time. And then, like, they started beating up Ishii, and I was like, he really not here because the show about to go on. And it was the coin drop. The coin drop got me. Because when I heard the coin drop, I said, I was like that meme from the dude at the wrestling.
Yeah, the guy that was crying.
Then Okada came out, they was in the ring, and I was like, yes. But hold on. We're a little Yuta. Why? I understand y'all doing that and stopping them from touching, but don't touch that moment. Give us like 30 more seconds of that.
Yeah.
I was liking the stare down. Sunday Forbidden Door. They got me. If I don't watch nothing else on that show, I'm watching that match.
Yes. Well, I got the card for Forbidden Door and I'm putting it up. Boom. This card.
Okay, Omega, and I'm watching that too.
Omega versus Will Ospreay is probably the one.
Willow on the card. Is it for the NJP Strong? Oh, it's the AEW Women's Championship.
Yes,
the Owen Hart tournament thing.
Yeah, so she,
that's not the Owen Hart tournament.
No, this is for the AEW Women's Championship. Willow versus Tony Storm. Oh yeah, I knew Willow would be on it because she is the NJPW Strong Champion. So
I thought she should be defending her title against somebody, but I can dig that match there.
Yes, and we're also getting at 0 hour we're getting Athena versus Billy Starks, I believe.
Oh, that's gonna go crazy. Y'all don't know about Billy Starks, man.
Y'all gonna find the fuck out.
I appreciate Billy Starks right now.
Yes, she's doing her thing.
18, just graduated high school, about to go to college. Come on, man. Appreciate Billy Starks. BSB. But yeah, I want to see Tony and Willow. I want to see Danielson and Okada. I want to see Omega and Ospreay because they just been going at it. And all right.
It's a good match. It's a fucking great card. I think this card is stacked, but when I saw that Omega versus Will Ospreay is happening again, I cried just like you did. Because I am just a huge fan of Will Ospreay. And I didn't even know this man. Like 2 years ago, I found out about him. And I was just like, who is this? What's United Empire? And I just started looking them up. And I was like, ooh, these guys are sick. I am super excited about that match. I don't think it's the main event. I'm not sure what match is going to be.
Okada and Danielson has to be the main event. Period. Right. Point blank. If they don't go on last.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
I don't even know why they booking this card.
You're absolutely right.
Like Kenny and Ospreay is cool, but
yeah,
Bryanson's first time really facing somebody from New Japan.
Yeah, you're right.
This might be.
Yeah, I don't know where they're gonna stick Ospreay and Omega, but you're absolutely right. Danielson and versus Okada is being called the dream match for a lot of people, and so you're absolutely right. That is more than likely the main event.
Last year when they had Forbidden Door, Danielson and Punk wasn't there. This year they're on the card. So now it makes you think like, yo, we could finally open up to maybe seeing Danielson at Wrestle Kingdom or something like that. Maybe getting a Punk at Wrestle Kingdom or something like that coming up. They got the overseas thing in London all in that's happening. So, maybe some of these people going to show up there. It's about to get crazy, boy. Come on. Why are we talking about balls?
Because I emphasized it. That's why.
I'm trying to be positive, guys. I know how they drop them balls, but that's crazy. But
Athena has really made Ring of Honor legit. Yes, Athena. Wow. Like I said, big fan of Athena. But now we're going to talk about Collision. Collision to me was the way you debut a new show.
Not really. Let me get this bad stuff out before we start. First off, 45 minutes before the show, they start with Ring of Honor and they do 3 matches, and that's cool. But then when the show ended, And because I wanted to see the street fight, they did 2 hours of matches afterwards recording for Ring of Honor. I was like, y'all are tripping. But other than that, it was a great time because
because people tired.
Collision is the A show.
Yes, I do agree with you so far. So, I mean, and I think that looking at social media and looking at the commentary, most people are feeling that way. That's not a bad thing. That's great.
So
I'm not missing a single Collision. I love Collision. It's a great show.
Happened, right? We get to the show. We spent the day in Chicago, and my son's with me. So here's how Collision is gonna get people. As the people were coming out and the show's going on, he's like, "Oh, they was in the E. They was in the E. Where they been at?" And it's like, he's like, "Oh, snap. This is like they Saturday show." Then you mix the Acclaim into that, the Ricky Starks and the Hobbs. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, yo, this is a banger. This is a banger of a show. Now, I think the opening match was Wardlow and Luchasaurus.
Yes, it was.
I feel like Wardlow's TNT championship reign was pointless.
Completely.
Luchas.
Don't know why.
Are you supposed to care about Luchasaurus at this time?
I think this is a Christian Cage thing.
And Christian Cage is a hell of a heel, but for them to have that, I don't know, man. That's a ball drop right there.
1,000,000%. Taking the TNT belt from Hobbs to put it back on Wardlow was
what you call him?
Wardlow.
Hey, yo, okay.
Listen, I don't hate on nobody. I do like Wardlow, but his TNT reign has been bleh. Okay, it was 99.9% squash matches with people that most people didn't know, local talent, and it didn't give the TNT belt the meaning that it should have had. After Miro got the belt taken from him, the runs were pretty bleh. And I was really hopeful for Hobbs. And he was getting actual matches. I mean, he had a match with Ray Phoenix. He had a match with Penta. And I'm like, yeah, he's wrestling real people. And he drops it to Wardlow again. And I'm like, for what? So that he could just drop it to Luchasaurus?
Be over when QT Marshall showed up and he was with him. I was like, what is this? He don't need QT with him. And since then, it's been crap. But now they got to rebuild Hobbs again. Like, you already had them there. Now you got to rebuild them again. The start is stop.
Yeah, they got to do the book of Hobbs. They dropped that ball so big on that guy. He took all this time to build the book of Hobbs and really got people invested in his story. He finally started getting the crowd and he got the bell. Everybody's like, oh shit, Hobbs is a TNT champion. He's a monster. He dropped it back to you. Let him get powerbombed by what?
The book got a TV deal. You know what I'm saying? Because it went from the book of Hobbs to QT.
Nope. Here's the ball. There's the drop.
What was next on Collision? I didn't really care for that match.
I don't know which match came next, but I will tell you Miro versus Tony Nese happened. Tony Nese got destroyed. It was so good to see.
Not the hottest free agent. Wasn't Tony Nese supposed to be the hottest free agent at a point?
He was supposed to be the hottest free agent. Tony Nese looks almost fake. His body is like, you can tell this man spends all his time at the gym making sure that his muscles match precisely and he has zero body fat. And he can really go. For people who haven't really seen him go, he can really go in the ring, Tony Nese. But
I'm looking through my phone and we are very disrespectful, but we're going to come back to it. Andrade and Buddy Matthews happened.
Oh, no. I got that down. Okay. We can talk about that. Oh,
that happened right after the TNT match.
Okay, so I didn't have the order. I only knew Wardlow and Luchasaurus opened.
Okay.
Yeah. So sorry, peoples. I don't have the order correct.
Good people.
don't kill me. Look, these were the matches that took place on Collision. So yeah. But anyhow, Miro being back was, I don't care who he fought. I was just happy to see him back. The Redeemer is back. And yes, let's talk about Buddy Matthews versus Andrade. Oh my God.
Let me play this Miro entrance because this is dope. It's
Go
like
for
the dopest entrance that I've seen. If we had a connection, I would do it. But yo, I was like, Miro is out here.
Yes, look at that.
When he jumps up and everything, I'm
Look
like,
at that beast.
yo, we outside.
Boom. He gets the fireworks. Yes.
Yeah,
I'm so happy he's back.
Man, yeah, he was Tony Nese's ass. Like, I don't know why Tony Nese even came out there, but that was hilarious. Andrade and Buddy.
Wow. I missed that asshole. I missed Andrade. I really did.
They was out there cooking and working. So, I was like, I loved everything that was going on with them. The little arm, I don't know if that was like, I don't know if that was real or fake, but, maybe he popped his arm back in the socket or whatever. But then when he did the figure four and bridged up like Charlotte would do.
Yes, he did. He did his wife's move. Yes, he did. Giving props to Charlotte.
Kudos.
Andrade won, as he should have, with his return.
House of Black beat him up.
Yeah, it's okay. They beat him up afterwards, but that's okay. I've always liked Andrade's wrestling. There's just some people who were made to be in the ring, and I feel like Andrade was born for this shit. He is so good. But this match was probably one of my favorite of the night.
I'm gonna say one of my favorite matches on Collision ever.
Oh, that was the only one. That was the only Collision, but
what I'm saying then.
I like it. We had Willow and Sky Blue go up against Ruby Soho and Toni Storm. Go ahead, show the merch. Is that what you were reaching for?
I was like, it's getting the OD. Let me stop. But
hey, Sky Blue merch. Listen,
that's the last time, y'all.
Oh, that's so good. You can show as much as you want. We love Sky Blue here.
To that tag team match, you know what I'm saying, with the Outcast, you know what I'm saying?
Beautiful. How was it seeing it live?
I mean, it's great, you know what I'm saying? Cause just seeing Sky Blue and Willow from like the late 2010s to now and everything, and then they tagging up because they tagged up one time, but I was like, maybe they can get them to tag again because when they facing the Outcast, why are they coming out there by themselves to face the Outcast, getting beat up, then you running down to the ring, then the other one comes out facing by themselves, they get beat up, then you run out to the ring. Like, stop doing this. You know what I'm saying? Then y'all both get laid out, spray painted. So, to see a tag team win, come back, see them do something, Sky Blue pin Ruby with the cold blue. So, I'm like, that's a way to get back. But on last Dynamite, they had the AEW women's match. So,
yes.
And now it's Willow going against Toni Storm. So with the Outcasts, it's like they've been using Willow and Sky Blue through this whole feud that they've been having with Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter. And they was using in the background on Dark and everything, and now they up front on Dynamite. And it's like, what if they pull that trigger on Willow getting that championship from Storm on Sunday? Because
that'd be crazy.
They got something with Willow right now that they need to take. They need to they need to capitalize on in the best way possible. But that tag match was awesome.
It was great. I love. See, the reason why I enjoyed it so much is because I've been watching Sky from the Indies, not as long as you had, obviously, but she has improved to the point of deserving to be on television. Like, she looks great on TV. Her moves are actually slapping. She got new moves. The Cold Blue, let me tell y'all something. If y'all didn't understand this, the Canadian Destroyer is my favorite wrestling move in the whole universe. I love Canadian Destroyers. I know they're used by a lot of people, but if you use that as a finisher, you got me. So the fact that she got that as her finisher, she calls it the Cold Blue, which I absolutely love since it's a play on her name. I was so happy to see her do it and win against Ruby Soho. It was so fitting that she got the win in Chicago. It was beautiful. And now she's part of the Owen Hart tournament. I mean, come on. You can't ask, for more. Like, I'm just so happy she's getting so much TV time. So go Sky. And main event. The main event was Samoa Joe, Jay White, Juice Robinson versus CM Punk and FTR, which is Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler. You were there. Tell me about it.
When Joe and Punk touched, the crowd went crazy. When Punk and Jay White touched, the crowd went crazy. The build up and everything, because I guess people, I know people that was happy to see Punk back in the ring, but like damn near 60% of the match, my section was standing up, and I was like, I know we're not going to have to stand up for this. This is crazy. But Punk got a little ring rust and everything. FTR doing their thing. They did the Shatter Machine. Is that what they call it over there in AEW? What they call where you put them up and then do the double knees?
Oh, I don't know.
I know that's what they called it at some point in NXT.
I'm not sure. They changed the names for everything. I'm gonna have to ask Excalibur because he knows the names of all the moves.
But yeah, it was good to see all that. Because it like plant seeds that okay, CM Punk and Joe haven't touched each other in some
hot minute, right?
In years since the back ring and honor days. So to see these two would be like crazy, like damn near 10, maybe 15 years later. Then you got Jay White and CM Punk, like they never touched. Jay White is one of the better wrestlers in the world. So, it's like, ooh, that's something I want to see. FTR just can go. Top guys. You know what I'm saying? So
they really can.
Them being there in that match. And what's funny is I was watching a little of the video back, but that I recorded, and I said, oh, they got Juice here to take the pin. Because I was like, Joe can't get pinned because he's the Ring Honor TV champion. Jay White, the way they brought him in and his high profile, he can't take the pin. But who can take that pin? Juice Robinson. And guess who took that pin?
Juice Robinson.
Yep.
I knew it. I knew he was getting the go to sleep. I told Tony, I was like, I said, one of those three is gonna get it, and it's gonna be Juice. It's gonna be Juice.
Gonna be Big Juice.
Yeah, big head Juice. As Tony says, he got a big old toddler head, a big old rock head.
After the show, was the speech on TV? Them in the ring talking?
The speech that CM Punk did regarding LGBTQ?
Yeah.
No, that was not. That did not happen live. I did see it because somebody put their recording on TV. So, but no, that did not happen live.
Okay, so they did that. Then walked around a little bit. Then they did the Ring of Honor tapings. And once again, I'll just say that Athena Kiera Hogan match.
Gotta watch that.
That happened on Ring of Honor. I got a video or something, but yo.
Ooh-wee.
That thing was a banger.
Collision actually opened up with Punk's promos, which were so good. I like the Elite, but those promos were hilarious.
Yeah, he was talking that trash.
He was. He had to. He was sitting on that for a while. That's Athena and Kiera Hogan.
Yeah.
It was a street match, right?
Street fight, yo.
Yo, look at this. Look at this. Ooh, wee, right into a table.
And that's like they do a lot more.
Beautiful. I know they were working their way up to this match. They had a lot of like run-ins.
They've been doing their thing, but it gets crazy with them too. You know what I'm saying? Ladders come into play. My son, you know, since Ring of Honor happened, a lot of people was like, yo, it's too late and everything. We leaving out. It was like 11:15 when the match happened, maybe. Central time, maybe. So Central time, but East time is like 12.
Yeah,
so,
it was later.
Like, maybe 11. But yeah, it was worth the staying there and watching it. So
yeah, I mean they do like 5 hours of wrestling. Like if you ever go to an AEW show, you're gonna get about 5 hours, not just the Dynamite show. You get the before, you get the after. They used to be dark, but they don't do it anymore. So dark's gone. But in case y'all didn't get to watch Collision and I didn't get to hear the CM Punk promos, I'm just gonna give them to you real quick. The two lines that because I love them. I love those lines. And again, y'all already know I'm not like, oh, if you're a Punk fan, I'm not. But I won't deny his star power. And he was sitting on this shit for a while. The Elite got to shoot their shots when, you know, they came back from their suspension and he had to sit on his ass and take it. So I definitely knew he was going to say some stuff. So the one line he said that everybody's been laughing at is, he said, you know what David Zaslav calls me? One Bill Phil. And that's because I'm the one genuine article in a world of counterfeit bucks. Wow. That was a low blow. I mean, if you got to see the Bucks Twitter page, you see that they put a response, but it came off as being salty, in my opinion. And then the second line he said is, if you're here today and feel I owe you an apology, I'm sorry that the only people softer than you are the wrestlers you like. So yeah, Phil was shooting his shit, as he should have. And it was, oh my God, Courtney's on her heel run. It was so good live to see it. And you were there, obviously, so you really got to see it live. Now, we're done talking about AEW. And people were asking me if you was in the hot seat. You are. You are getting the hot seat. So before we get into the hot seat, again, y'all, if y'all don't follow We Love Wrestling, please do yourselves a favor. Go on YouTube. It is WeLUV Wrestling. Trey is all up on the indie scene. He's a huge supporter of women's wrestling, and I love that. And so go on there. Make sure you subscribe. And if you watch the episodes, please hit the like button, because I have seen like I go on your channel and I'm like, okay, he has like gazillion views and only like 15 likes. People, it only takes a little click. Hit the like button. All right. Support. Anyway. You ready for this? You're going to get 2 would you rather questions, as I do to everybody.
We'll see how this turns out. I mean, you know what type of questions not to ask. So,
no, they're not about. They're not personal. They're not about any wrestlers. They're not about anything like that. I'm not going to get you in trouble.
Let's get it. Let's just go into it. Let's get it.
All right, here we go. The first one ain't going to be too hard. I gave you a little slide. But if you would have watched my last 2 shows, you'd have been like, oh shit. I wouldn't want to get those questions because they was kind of nasty. But anyway, here we go. So, would you rather be able to read everyone's mind or be able to control everyone's mind?
Read, probably. I don't like control. That control make you do some like evil stuff, I feel like. But if I can read your mind, we can go with that.
So I gotta bring this up. So my runner was my guest last week, and he's saying porta potty versus tampon because one of his questions was, would you rather have someone throw a dirty tampon in your face or be in a porta potty when it tips over at 100-degree weather? So
either one of those situations. Either one of those situations, somebody getting shot. You throw a tampon in my face, you get shot. If I'm in a porta potty and it fall over, when I come out, somebody getting shot. Nah.
Oh my God. All right, that's hilarious. I should have had a question like that for you. But anyway, this one's a little more, well, here we go. Would you rather get a text from a one-night stand saying, I'm pregnant, or I have an incurable STD?
What type of shit? I don't that STD. Yeah, so thinking of my younger years, because you know I'm old now. You call me about a one-night stand, you know what I'm saying? But you better use that latex because I don't want that latex that I think I'm late text, you know.
Yeah, you feel nice.
Yeah, I'll take the first one, not the second one. I have an uncurable STD. That's just nasty, man. Why would you even think of a question? That's it. First off, we need to think about what's going on with you for asking these type of questions. Like, no one's asked you what's going on with you for asking these type of questions.
Yes, people have said, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
Okay.
I get it all the time. I get it all the time, and I'm like, "It's the hot seat."
Okay, I'm just wondering, you know.
Tone was, you know, in the chat last week. He's like, I don't understand how she comes up with these questions. She don't run these by me. Like, I don't show him what I'm asking people. So, yeah. So that's it for the hot seat. But you do get one more question, which is not a would you rather question. I usually like to ask somebody something thoughtful. So here you go. If you had the power to eliminate people who you felt were evil and deserved to die with a single thought, would you utilize that power?
A single thought and they just die?
Yep.
I'm not that evil to want to do that. Nah.
You wouldn't utilize it if you had that power?
Nah.
You sure?
You gotta push me there. I usually avoid situations that I know are probably not meant for me to be in, or situations I know I wouldn't vibe in. I'm really like to myself type person. So nah, a thought that kills, that's evil. See, this is what I'm talking about, Maddie. That's evil as hell. Why would I thought you was gonna ask like some wrestling type stuff. This hot seat. First off, we need to talk to the people to talk about your hot seats, because your hot seats is like, what? A single thought to kill somebody. Oh, so what? I'm Professor X now. That's what you're saying. Go kill yourself. You know, I'm doing great. You know what I'm saying? Walk to that ledge and fall off that building. Like we got to talk about this hot seat for real. We gonna have a conversation because I'm totally worried about.
I'm totally worried. I'm gonna make a video clip of just the hot seat portion of my show and put it out because the questions they be out there. So yeah, people do ask me what the hell's wrong with me. The hot seat questions are never wrestling involved. Never.
Like, and then I would have to go through like some type of training to just be a killer like that. Cause you know, when you kill somebody and then that shit probably Doctor Strange, you know how he was doing all like, well, you start killing people, you taking out people for anything. Oh, you looking at me funny? Get them out of here.
You dead.
Oh, you get them out of here. Like that would fuck that. I mean, that would mess you up out here in these streets. I don't know. I'm just saying.
That's a dangerous power to have, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
I do think about things sometimes, not like me having these things, but I try to think about things that would stump people or make people think about, like really go deep and think about how they would answer this. So yes.
So why would you ask me? So let's get into it. Why would you ask me about pregnancy and STDs, killing people? Like, come on, like this is messed up. Like, were these geared towards me? Because this is messed up.
No, not at all. Like I said, you should have tuned in the last two shows. I put those two guys through hell. You had easy questions. Look at that.
Well, next time I come on, we want some crazy hard questions because we're gonna get you some help out here in the hot seat. I've been on Top Rope Squishy. We love wrestling back in this thing.
Oh, I might start doing that. He said I should ask 3 hot seat questions and one of them be from the chat. I think I might start doing that. I
don't even answer questions from people I don't even know like that.
Yeah, the hot seat questions are never personal, really, like that. They're just hypothetical questions, usually things that you probably would never find yourself in that situation, and that's why I find them hilarious. It just makes me laugh. I just find them really funny.
I did say, yeah, I'm killing people. Now everybody looking at me like, yo, if he had to try to kill people, he said he would with a single thought. Like, yo, that's like a sort of, man. Let me get out of here, Maddie, because I'm done with you.
Oh my God. See, this is why I love the hot seat, because it just puts people in a different place. They're like, what the fuck? I love it. But anyway, that's the end of this show. Thank you, Trey, for coming on.
Before you leave out, let me give a little shout out.
Do what you got to do. Shout out whoever you want and let people know.
Been on Top Rope Squishy, so shout out to that. Right after this, if y'all don't know, the Black Wrestling Podcast, 8:35 p.m. Going live with them, talk about the BRP 50, rank the top 50 athletes in Black Wrestling. Black Wrestling on YouTube. Look out on We Love Wrestling this weekend. Probably drop the Bryan Danielson interview. And also drop you remember as Alicia Fox, Victoria Crawford now interview. Make sure y'all like everything on Maddie's page. Click subscribe, put on the ringer. Hey, go ding, 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 dong. All that good stuff, you know what I'm saying? And just make sure you keep loving wrestling, because other than loving wrestling, you know, don't let it get you so upset. Watch what you enjoy what you watch. You know, I watched the dub, I watched the W, the E, I watched the indies, I watched the impact. I try to watch Impact, but you know how they be. I watch NJPW, you know, watch y'all wrestling out here, man. Get into some new stuff. Watch the indies, because the indie stars are the ones that you'll be looking at in a year or two. And you'll be like, dang, because people be calling people that show up on AEW and Ring Honor lose jobbers, but they work on the indie. So get into it. Thank you, Maddie, for having me here. Top Rope Squishy, that's family right there. Ooh, Neckboke Tone, you need to talk to Maddie about her question.
All right. So in about, go jump on Black Wrestling Podcast. It's 8:31, and enjoy that. Make sure you subscribe and hit the like button. So I'm gonna let you go. Thank you, people in the room. Love y'all. Thank you, everyone, and have yourselves a good night. Bye.
She's gonna be on the spotlight soon with somebody special, so look out for that.
I'm excited. So yes, Be on the lookout. Be on the lookout. Bye, y'all.